Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear. So truckers, let's talk about broker reform, shall we? Everybody's all excited, that they might be talking about broker transparency. Here's what's going to happen, especially with the big brokers. If you ask them for all the paperwork on the load you're hauling for them, what they're going to do is they're going to put you on their do not use list, and some of them may even make up some shit about you to put on carrier 411, which you don't have any recourse to correct or dispute or anything like that. So that's out. What they need to legislate is that they send that paperwork along with the rate con for you to sign, and do it that way. That way you're not asking them for it. It's just the law that they send it. You didn't do that, so it's not on you, right? Secondly, what they need to do is put a cap on the percentage of the line haul that the brokerage is allowed to keep. Now I've taken some heat on this because that percentage is too low. Not really, if you think about it. A freight brokerage is a little bit different business model than other things. Let's say a broker has 20 loads out of a shipper every day, and 10 of those loads pay. I'm just going to use a single number, $3,000. So if that broker takes 5% of $3,000, that's going to be $150 times 10. That's $1,500 for half of the loads that he's taking out of that one shipper. And assumably they have more than one shipper. So yeah, that's a pretty, and when you think about their overhead, okay, if it's a small brokerage, you could be looking at just internet service, a couple load board subscriptions, phone service, maybe a printer, their bond. That's about it. But their bond, if they're paying the carriers, then their bond should never have to worry about that. But yeah, 5% of the line haul, 100% of the fuel surcharge should go to the carrier. 100% of any detention or layover should go to the carrier. There should be no rate reductions ever, unless it's a case of freight damage. There should be no rate reductions due to being late to deliver the load. If the customer or the consignee has a problem with you being late, I know most of them will just charge you right there at the delivery, which, like I say, that has nothing to do with the broker. That's the consignee. So the broker isn't affected in any way, shape, or form by that. If you have to pay that at the consignee, then that's out of your pocket. Unless you and the broker have it agreed upon, at which time it better be in the rate con and writing. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with it more than likely. So, anyways, yeah, that's what I think. There should be no late fees as far as the broker's concerned, just from the standpoint that the times between picking up a load and delivering a load, they seem to be getting shorter and shorter. It's like you pick up here and they expect you on the other side of the world tomorrow morning, and it doesn't work that way. We do have hours of service regulations that we have to abide by, and we can't control construction backups or backups due to an accident or weather events. Even if there's quarter-size hail up the road, I'm not driving into that. This load doesn't pay enough to cover a paint job, I guarantee you that, right? So anyway, there's a lot of, and maybe the driver just gets tired and he needs a nap, and that that's a good reason to stop, believe it or not, brokers. So yeah, these things need to be addressed. If you compare the overhead of the broker to the overhead of a single truck owner-operator, the owner-operator is going to win. The owner-operator is going to win. Last week, I went through, I took the toll road. I don't normally take toll roads, but I'm like, man, I don't feel like fighting Austin, Texas today. And then the following morning, I didn't feel like fighting the traffic going through Fort Worth. So I took the bypass toll road around Austin, and I took the express lanes going through Fort Worth. Over 200, and then of course you got tolls going up. I had tolls going to in Kansas up to I-35 up to Topeka. Over $200 in tolls in one trip. So yeah, it's either that or, like I say, sit in traffic. And then you're going to be late for your delivery because, as I said before, those transit times are getting shorter and shorter. Anyway, just a thought, and just something you might want to discuss with people. Say your U.S. congressmen, senators, the president, if you should happen to stop by the White House for breakfast one day this week. Anyway, that's all I got. Hey, if you like these videos, or if they're informative to you, please like it, share it with all your friends, subscribe, and be sure to leave comments if you have commentary on it. We'll talk to you later. Be safe out there.